Conference with UTSA head coach Derek Pittman, joined today by junior forward Michelle Polo. Each week, the matchups only seem to get bigger as UTSA has sole ownership of second place in the American Conference after a 1-1 draw at third place Rice last week. Now at a school record 8 unbeaten in a row, fourth place South Florida comes to Park West on Thursday for the official homecoming soccer game, alumni night, and UTSA's salute to educators. Along with Coach Pittman, we've got Michelle Polo, who proved to be the game-tying hero in Houston. So let's go ahead and get started. Coach, can you get us started recapping the week against Rice and preview your thoughts on what lies ahead this week for the Roadrunners?
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Appreciate you having us. Again, Sean, thanks for joining us. No, I thought the players played really, really well against Rice. At Rice always provides an intense matchup. We've always played very strong against Rice. They're very, historically strong program. They put themselves in a position this year at different times being inside the top 25 or receiving votes. And so we knew it was always going to be a difficult contest going over to Holloway Field and playing there in Houston. But, it's always nice when we get to take players like Polo and others that are from Houston, our South Texas contingency of players that we have that are just blue-collar, gritty kids, and went in there and performed extremely well against a tough team. Rice plays a very direct, specific style of the game. They like to flick the ball on. They like to change the point of attack. They try to be, very aggressive and on the front foot. And I thought our players did a very good job of handling that. I thought we started a little bit slow, obviously conceding the first goal in the first 10 minutes, but after that, I thought we really put our best foot forward and did a fantastic job. I thought we created a lot of quality chances. We were really unfortunate in the second half not to be able to ultimately get the winner. But, there at the end of the first half, a great opportunity that fell to, Brooklyn Bailey, BB, and then connected with Polo for, the game-tying goal. And there was many more chances just like that in the second half that, that could have gone our way, hitting the crossbar, hitting the post, having a few other chances that, we were just unfortunate that we couldn't find a way to get the result. But, and come home with the 3 points. But overall, we dropped that same contest against Rice last year. So for us to be able to go on the road against a top team like that in the league and continue to stay in second place in the league was huge for us. So, but yeah, it's been nice to have a little bit of refresh and recharge time this weekend. Had a great session last night as we continue to turn our focus now towards South Florida. Coming in here to Park West, they're a top quality team. They played a really tough schedule. They rested this past weekend, didn't have a game, so they've had a good, 10 to 12 days to prepare for us coming in Thursday, so we know we're going to get their best shot, and it's going to be a great contest for our fans to come out and support us on Thursday night.
Go ahead and get it started, Sean.
Michelle, you've been here a while. What's it like to be part of this school record 8-game unbeaten streak?
It's really cool. I feel like we've played a lot of good soccer my past 2 years here, and there was just a lot of times where we just couldn't find a way to win, even though we had the skill and the drive. But I think this year is much different because we have been able to find. We've been tying our last couple games, but we've been finding a way to not lose and to win our other games as well. So I think it's just really cool because I think it's something that our talent has deserved, because the last few years we haven't gotten the results or scores that we've wanted to, and I definitely think that we could have, especially with our culture and what Derek is always talking about, our team grit and integrity. It's just something that we build every day, and I think it's really apparent that that's what we're doing this season.
Coach, for you, what has really been the key to success during this record-setting streak?
And just like Michelle talked about, to be honest with you, we've been in these types of contests the last 2 years in the American, tight matches, difficult contests, and maybe we haven't, those 1-0 games where we've gone down 1-0 early in the game, we haven't found a way to be able to claw back in and get a draw, or like you said, being in a tight 0-0 game and finding a way to get over the hump and be able to score the goal to get the winner. Those haven't happened for us in the past. So I've said it since day one. I think one of my very first interviews that I had after playing against Texas, as well as playing after Houston and TCU, is this team is just built with a lot of tough competitors, kids that just don't quit. They're resilient. They're going to fight. They're going to compete. They're going to give everything they have, from opening whistle to the end. And, so we talk a lot about if we give up a goal, what's our response? And every single time these guys have stood tall and answered that question and found a way to dig their way out of a hole and come away with a draw or, like you said, dig out a win in some of these tough contests. To be able to shut out North Texas, a very high potent offense, as well as, again, in the last 3 games, giving up the first goal in the game, and to be able to come back and score in each of those 3 games, to dig out ties against tough opponents has been huge. And for 2 of those to be on the road is also a huge credit for their mentality and, just their belief in the game plan. And they know that they're not out of any game. And it's been great to see. We've been very strong defensively, but we're starting to put some goals in the back of the net. And we hope that continues, down this home stretch of the season.
Well, I always like to hear from the players' perspective on this. The way that we scored to get back even in Houston went smooth enough. It almost was like it was drawn up. Obviously, that's not how the game works, but I'd love to hear from you, Michelle, on what you saw on that play and like how it broke down when it was in action.
I think like at that point of the game, we were doing a really good job of beating them, like their back line over the ball, hitting the ball over. And so I think Jasmine, like she has a really strong foot, or Kessler, and her getting that ball like up to BB is always like kind of one of our plans for her to BB to head it over to me, and it happened to come to my side. I didn't win the initial part, but kind of looks like I did, and but at least like stepped in front of the defender so that she can kind of make a mistake and hit the ball over. And of course BB's doing her job running for the ball, like taking the risk. And I think when she was dribbling, like I knew that she had it, like she had the chance to go to goal. But with the space that they had in the back line, I knew that like if I ran forward like across the front post, that like I could be giving her space, or if I just stood there, then there would be space for me. So I think I just decided to just kind of hold right there because their defenders were behind me. And I think that she just saw the perfect opportunity to pass to me, and it was just, yeah, like you said, it was just a perfect chance, basically.
Go ahead, John.
Coach, homecoming back in town for South Florida Alumni Day. A lot of reasons to come out on Thursday night. Why should fans come and watch you play Thursday?
Yeah, it's a huge week, homecoming week. We know that we're going to be doing lots of things across campus throughout the week to get everybody excited, both students as well as our supporters and alums here in town. We know that, football is going to be excited to be able to play at home in front of a huge home crowd on Saturday against Rice. We want to be able to do the same on Thursday night against South Florida. It's our only game this week. It's a great way to kick off homecoming weekend. Come out Thursday night to Park West. It's going to be cool by the time we kick off. The sun's going to be behind the press box. The whole field. We trained last night at 7:00. It was a tremendous evening in the shade, and it's going to be a fantastic game against a very good opponent. South Florida will present some different problems, but like I say all the time, you come and watch our team play, we're going to keep you on the edge of your seat. We're going to be able to, give you reasons to get up and to get excited, from hard tackles to big headers to, goals and opportunities, big saves and shots on target, all of those things that, our players put themselves out there, each and every time the whistle blows. And we've had great home contests up to this point. We've got 3 games left here at home. You don't want to miss out, on this record-breaking season that we've been having so far this year. We want all of the local youth. We want all the, local supporters, as well as our alums, to come out and be able to celebrate, during this homecoming week. It's going to be a fantastic night.
Michelle, what makes playing at Park West fun for you and your teammates?
I think it's just really cool to have like our supporters and fans. There's like so many people that like support us for, they don't really have like a connection to UTSA. They just really love to watch our team. It's just nice to like play at home and have that culture of everybody watching us. And it's just kind of like our home. It's like ours, and it's something that we're practicing on every day, so it feels like just really special to be able to play with the people that you're with all the time, and you're practicing on that same exact field, to play against a good opponent. Sorry.
Besides, it's
And
nice.
how,
Besides, it's nice and rowdy. It's crazy. Let's go.
Yeah, that too.
and how have you seen yourself grow as a player during your time here?
I think I've definitely grown like a lot from my freshman year. That's definitely something that like I've reflected on. I think like my game has matured a lot. I've been able to take a lot of criticism better. And yeah, I just think I've just grown more resilient and patient to like just know when it's like my time to, either get a result, or because throughout the season, like I haven't scored, or so I felt like I haven't really been giving much, but I know that just like staying patient and, you can help the team in many other ways other than just like scoring, even on or off the field. So.
Coach, how did Michelle come on your radar, and why did you decide to recruit her?
I was hoping you'd ask that question, Sean. Honestly, Polo has a very unique story in how she went through her recruiting process very late in her senior year, trying to find a place to go both academically and athletically, and have a very strong relationship with the club coaches out of the team that she played for, the organization over in Challenge Soccer Club in Houston, and they gave us a shout and said, "Listen, you got to take a chance on this kid. She's well worth it. She's flying under the radar. Maybe doesn't have the attention that some of the other high-profile players have had coming out of her class." And we did exactly that. And I am extremely grateful that I trusted their opinion, and because I couldn't have asked for a better player in the sense of who she is as a person and as a player. She came in a little bit deer in headlights as a freshman, learning our style, learning how we needed her to play in various positions. And she mentioned it. She's gone through good times and struggles, and there's been times when I've leaned on her heavily to continue to improve certain aspects of her game, and she's never shied away from that. And what's been really encouraging this year is just to see her confidence in whatever role we put her in and whatever position we ask her to play. She's, yep, what can I do? How can I help the team? And the one thing is about Poe is that she has every tool in her toolbox. We talk to her about this all the time. It's just a matter of her choosing the right one in the right moment. And when she's decisive, which you saw on the goal against Rice, she takes quality. She's got one of the best first touches on our team, and she can absolutely hammer a shot. She can hit a pill, and she obviously did that on the game. When she's playing with that quickness, that decisiveness, that mentality to be aggressive in her actions, she's a very successful player, and it was great to see her, score a goal in Houston against Rice in front of a lot of family and supporters, and it just shows the evolution and the growth and development of her as a person as well as a player, and she's been a tremendous individual for our program.
And Michelle, from your perspective, what was the recruiting process like, and why did you ultimately decide on UTSA?
Like Derek said, I think it was just really hard. I didn't feel like I had a lot of options, and I knew like there's some people in my grade that also hadn't been recruited, but they were just like not too sure if they even wanted to go play in college, and I knew for a fact that I wanted to play, so that's what made it so much harder. And I think at that point I was relying like a lot on my coaches to help me like get recruited. And then like thank God that I had the opportunity to go and visit UTSA, and it was pretty easy once I came here and like saw like all of our facilities, like the culture, like it felt like a good fit, and yeah, that's basically how it went. I made a decision pretty quickly, so.
Coach, on Thursday we have Salute to Educators coming up. Uh, Obviously, we have a strong academic team, so we love our educators here uh, and all of our academic staff. For a question for both of you, what do you think it means for you individually, for the program, for the athletic department to be able to take this time to educate these people that have such an impact on our process here.
Yeah, and I don't want to speak for Michelle, and I'll let her answer as well. But I mean, salute to educators is specifically very important to me. My wife is a school teacher, has been for several years. I've both my well, all three of my sister-in-laws at different points in time have been educators and teachers, and in some ways, as coaches, we are educators as well, and so the opportunity for us to honor those that have invested so much. Selflessly into the students, both elementary, middle school, high school, obviously on up into our college ranks. We're extremely grateful. Again, so many of us have. There's not one single person that has not been influenced by an educator in a positive way, somebody that is saw something special in you as an individual to be able to kind of push you further than you thought you could go. And I know our young ladies have taken a huge advantage of that, in the sense of not only are they high academic kids, high achievers, but they wouldn't be where they are without educators investing in them, and having the team GPA that we've had for the last 6, 7, 8 years that I've been here has been off the charts. We have kids that continue to do a phenomenal job in the classroom and represent this university the way that we want them to, on and off the field and in the classroom, and for the many things that they'll go on to achieve post-graduation. And Polo is just another example of that. She's constantly studying hard as a nutrition major and doing a phenomenal job in the classroom, and very, very fortunate to have 26, 27 other athletes on this team that do the exact same thing. And so I know it's huge for us. We really want to do everything we can to honor those educators across campus that continue to invest in our athletes and continue to invest in our program, and we're grateful for them.
I would say that I just completely agree. Like, it's hard being a student athlete, like traveling all the time and not getting to go to some classes. And I've had some truly like wonderful teachers that like I will never forget, and I make sure that they know like that I'm so grateful for them. Like, they're not just helping us like try and like slide by, because we're missing classes and such, but they're truly like, they truly want us to succeed, and they care about my season, like they ask about my games and stuff like that. They just want to make sure that I'm set up the best way that I can be. And so I think it's really great that we get to honor them. I've invited a good couple of teachers, so they've definitely made an impact on my life, and I'm just really grateful to honor them and that they can be there. So.
Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Should be an exciting week out at Park West for the Roadrunners, and another opportunity to get some rest before we go into the hot stretch of the season. Thank you again, Coach, for joining us like every Monday, and thank you, Michelle, for coming on. And we'll see everybody back next week.
Thank you.
Sounds great. Birds up.